Hey, what's going on? Today we're going to talk about trading mastery. Trust me, you're going to love this one. So let's go. Now, we're going to talk about how master traders approach the market and how they think and their good habits, because I believe a lot of traders need to hear this. So I created this mastery series. This is part one. I'm probably going to have maybe 2 or 3 parts, right? And we're just going to basically discuss what separates master traders from average traders. You know, I've been trading the markets for 15 years and I've been dealing with hundreds of different traders. There are a lot of things that are not obvious when you start learning trading. And I realize new traders, when they start learning how to trade the markets, they always somehow want to find a shortcut or search for some flashy things or tricks or some type of magic bullet. And once these traders learn the flashy techniques or these magic bullets, they will usually find out that they don't work, and they realize that there is something much deeper. And that's what this master series is all about. Going much deeper, explaining how master traders really think and how they operate. Now, when it comes to mastery, mastery comes with a price. There is a price tag, a bill that you must pay. So you're gonna have to pay no matter what if you want to become a master. So let's talk about a couple examples. You're gonna have to definitely sacrifice. You're gonna definitely have a lot of lonely nights. You're gonna deal with a lot of people doubting you. And not only that, you're gonna have self-doubt. You're gonna be doubting yourself. You're gonna have a lot of uncertainty. This is the price you have to pay if you want to become a master. But I'm here to tell you that if you keep at it, it's worth it at the end. Because the reward, in my opinion, is much bigger than the risk. And usually masters, they don't really care about the price they have to pay. They usually focus on the prize, the reward, and that's it. They don't care about other people saying, hey, you know, you sure you want to do that? That looks risky. They don't care about that. They want to keep their head straight and focus on the prize. Now let's talk about how long does it take someone to become a master. Usually in any field, it takes around maybe 5 to 10 years. Me personally, I believe maybe around 7 to 10 years, you could really become a master. Now, there are a lot of quick learners out here, so it might not take you that long, but to really master your craft, sometimes it takes either 5 to 10 years. Now, the good news is you don't need to become a master in order to make money while you're trading. You can actually not be a master and still make money. But becoming a master is actually a different level. And that's what we want to talk about. So let's talk about different things that master traders do in order to take their trading to the next level. Okay. Now, the first thing is master traders are obsessed with their stats. How can you really take your trading to the next level if you don't know what works and what doesn't work? Because if you don't know what works and what doesn't work, how can you really adjust or subtract or add, right? So let's say that you're trading and you have the strategy, and let's say that you had 3 setups that you're using, right? Out of those 3 setups, maybe one of those setups is probably making you lose, maybe not a lot of money, but some money, right? But if you don't track and if you're not obsessed with your stats, how are you going to find that out? It's impossible. So this is why master traders are very obsessed with their stats, because they can look at it and say, okay, you know what? This setup for some reason is not doing good. Either I'm going to take that out of my system, or I'm going to go over that and maybe tweak it a little bit to make it work for me. And if I can't make it work for me, I'm just going to leave it out and not trade that setup. And this is why masters are very obsessed with their stats. Because I've talked to traders all the time. Oh, I don't know why every time I take a trade, I get stopped out. I don't know why every time I do this, this happens. Well, I can tell you that you are not obsessed with your stats. Your stats will tell you what's going on, right? So you can point it out and say, all right, I need to fix that. Now, the next thing master traders do is they don't quit. They want to win the game. If you look at sports players, they are a very good example. You can tell that Michael Jordan wanted to win the game. You can tell, you know, LeBron James and Steph Curry. You can tell that these guys, they want to win the game. And not only win the game, they want to master the game too, right? That's why they are at the top. So masters, they don't quit. They are not sore losers. They don't complain when they lose, right? If they do complain, it's real quick and they get over it. But the main focus is, I have to find out why I'm losing. And that's it. They want to win the game. So they are willing to do whatever it takes to win the game, right? It's so easy to give up. They don't want to be like everyone else. They want to win. And they understand that if they do the hard things now, life is going to be much easier later on. right? But if you want to do the easy things now, I can guarantee you your life is going to be much harder in the future. So do the hard things now so your life can actually become much easier in the future. Another thing masters do, masters understand that things can actually take much longer than you think, right? You have a lot of new traders, they come in here, automatically they think that, you know, they're going to become a good trader maybe within a week or two, and that's not how things work. So if you have a goal, let's say your goal, you want to make, I don't know, extra 10,000 or 20,000 a month, right? And you think that you can achieve that goal in 2 or 3 months. Well, you have to understand that you might hit your goal, but if you don't hit your goal, you can't get mad. You have to understand that it might take you longer than you think. So that being said, masters are very patient. They are okay with waiting because they want to win the game. They have to do whatever it takes to win the game. Now, another thing that master traders do, they trade different market conditions. Or if they don't trade different market conditions, they understand the different market conditions. So what do I mean? So if you only trade one style, that is going to be very hard for you to do if you want to become a day trader, right? Maybe if you're a swing trader, maybe you can get away with that. But if you want to day trade every single day, you're going to have to understand the different market conditions because every single day is not going to look the same. Some days are going to be choppy. Some days are going to be trendy. Some days are going to be breakout days, reversal days. You have to understand that. I remember when I first started out, I was always stuck on the trend. The trend is my friend. I need to trade the trend, right? And I was doing good when the market was trending. But when the market was, you know, going back and forth or ranging or reversing or doing different things, I was losing my money. So you have to understand the different market conditions. Even if you don't trade all of the market conditions, at least you can look at the market and say, you know what? I don't want to trade at all today because, you know, I don't really see my setup. I don't really see something that I like. I'm good. I'm not trading, right? That is much better than just not knowing the other different market conditions and you just blindly trading one style and you don't know anything else. Trust me, you will lose a lot of money doing that. Masters understand I have to trade different market conditions or I have to learn them because I don't want to get stuck in a trade where the market looks like it's trying to go up, then all of a sudden, you know, it's reversing on me. Yes, that's going to happen. I'm not saying that, you know, you could avoid that 100% of the time, but sometimes the market will give you signs. You know what? I don't like how the market's looking. It's not really giving me that continuation. You know what? I'm out this trade. I'm done for the day. And if you could trade like this, man, you're definitely going to be on a different level. Let's talk about another thing that master traders do. They are very good at being aware. They have great awareness. So I get a lot of traders say, you know, the market looks very clear after the fact. Of course, whatever you saw after the fact, you need to train your brain to see that in real time. And master traders are very good at seeing things in real time and taking action based on that. Okay, you will see a lot of new traders not really understanding what the market is doing in real time. And honestly, that's going to hurt your trading. So you really have to be good at what's happening in real time so you can make the right decisions when you are trading. Another thing about master traders is master traders are addicts, right? When I say addicts, I'm talking about they are addicted to whatever they are doing. It doesn't matter if it's trading, basketball, whatever it is, they are addicted to their craft, right? They want to know the ins and outs. For the most part, if you look at the greats, these guys are addicted to their craft, right? They're spending time in the gym 24/7. Traders, they are on a chart 24/7, looking at charts, back testing, figuring out why this is not working out. Let me look over my trades. Let me do this. Let me do that. They are very addicted to their craft. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is master traders are flexible, very flexible. They have rules, okay, but they will bend the rules if they need to. Now, this is something that you don't want to do in the beginning. In the beginning, you really want to have strict rules, pretty much black and white rules, because you don't really want to be too flexible in the beginning because you really don't have enough experience. And when you have strict rules in the beginning, that's going to help you build your consistency, help you do the right things, and help you keep doing the right things over and over because you have strict rules. And that alone is going to help you build experience. Now, once you gain experience, then you can actually be a little bit more flexible when you are trading. Now, you don't want to be too flexible to the point where things are random now, or you don't really have a set of rules. You still want to have rules, but you can bend the rules a little bit to the point where it doesn't have to be black and white all the time. Like, for example, you know, in the beginning, I tell people, listen, have a break-even stop. Maybe if it goes to 1-to-1, set it to break even. But once you gain enough experience, right, sometimes maybe you don't want to use the break even stops. Like sometimes if I see the market reversing, right, and it comes to my break even stop, sometimes I will let it hit the break even to see how it reacts to that break even. And if it reacts pretty good and it keeps going in my direction, then I'll probably keep the trade. But if it starts to act suspect, then I'll get out the trade, maybe with a small loss, and I'm done, right? Now that's being a little bit flexible because I have enough experience under my belt to say, all right, maybe I want to give it enough wiggle room on this trade so I don't have to put it to break even. Now, a lot of new traders will get mad if the market will hit their break even stop and actually continue to go in their direction. Honestly, you don't want to get mad because sometimes we'll hit your break even and go, right, without you. But most of the times it will hit your break even and stop you out. So you can't get mad. I would say 95% of the times I'm putting it to break even, and maybe 5 to 10% of the times I'm flexible if I like what I see. You could be flexible with anything, right? Another thing you could be flexible with are your exits, right? So a lot of people will have maybe a 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1, right? And that's how they exit. Well, you can be a little bit flexible to a point where you say, all right, maybe this thing has some room to go. I'm only going to get out if I see the trend break. That's it, right? So I'm not going to have a target. I'm just going to let the market run up. And basically, I'm only going to get out if I see the trend break. That's a good example of just being flexible, not having a fixed, 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 target. You can say, you know what, I'm just going to let the market ride. If it breaks the trend, I'm out. There are more examples, but I'm just trying to help you guys understand what I mean by being flexible. I remember looking at a game, I think this is when LeBron was actually playing for Miami Heat, and the coach drew up a play. And after the timeout, they were supposed to run that play, but LeBron didn't run that play. He ran a different play. And the reason why is because he has enough experience to realize, okay, that play is probably not going to work right now because I have enough experience to realize what's going to probably work right now. Now, if LeBron was a rookie at the time, do you think he could get away with that? No. Okay, because he don't have enough experience to make those decisions, right? So this is why I told you guys in the beginning, it's best to have your black and white rules so you can gain that experience and gain that consistency, right? And then once you start to see some profits and you know that you are consistent now, then you can actually bend the rules here and there. So this is part 1 of the master series. We're gonna have different parts where I just go over what master traders do, and it's going to be fun, and a lot of you guys are going to really enjoy it. I want to end with this, okay? In order to become a master trader or master in any field, you can't be average. Average people make average money, right? If you want to be the best, if you really want to be on top of your game, you're going to have to go above average. It's just what it is. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And also, if you don't have my trading program by now, check that out in the description. I still have that sale going on, so make sure you take advantage of that because it's going to end very soon. If you have any questions, comment below because I try to answer all your guys' questions. Thanks a lot for your time, and please have a great day.